Victor Osimhen still a doubt for today's game. Most times, football fans all around the world, especially from Africa and Nigeria, they say Victor Osimhen should come to the Premier League. Victor Osimhen shouldn't be playing in Turkey. Victor Osimhen should do this. Victor Osimhen should do that. Of late, I've come to study the player Victor Osimhen. He's a great player, but he has some defaults, just like every other woman. He's a hard-working player. He gives his all. He's dedicated. His aggression is top-notch. His goal scoring ability is on a B level because most times Osimhen is better on air than on land. But where the problem really lies is Victor Osimhen's body. He's this kind of great player that has the Jack Wilshere syndrome. What do I mean by Jack Wilshere syndrome? Victor Osimhen is a player that cannot go 15 straight games without having injuries. His body is his biggest enemy. So for a player like Victor Osimhen coming to a competitive league like England is the most competitive league in the world. Presently, they made a history in the Champions League. The first team to have 6 teams in the round of 16. So coming to the league like England is going to be very difficult for Osimhen. It's not that he's not going to bang in goals, but he'll be injured most times. Look at Victor Gyökeres. If you look at his style of play, he's an aggressive style of player. But England has humbled him. Yes, he has 15 goals this season in all competition, but compared to his 90 goals in 2 seasons in Portugal, because if you want aggression, it's in England. If you want tight defensive closeness, it's in England. So for me, Osimhen better remains in Turkey, because I'm not shading him, but I don't see him as a player who can play as long as the likes of Lewandowski, Ronaldo, and the rest. Especially Lewandowski at top level, 38, still playing for Barcelona. Everybody doesn't have that body shell to sustain injuries. Osimhen is a great player. He's a very, very good player. But his body is his greatest enemy. Because I was surprised. I didn't see him in the lineup the weekend game against the local club in Turkey. I was expecting him to, maybe they're arresting him for their match at Turin because it's a much needed win, and that was one of the reasons they bought him for them to do well in the Champions League. Only for me to realize that he has been managing a knee injury. If you go to Osimhen's biography on Transfer Market, you see Osimhen having weeks and months of injuries. He has not gone 15 games, like I said, without having a minor injury, which is not really sound for a player that wants to play long term at the top level. So if you expect him to splash his salary and play in clubs in England, maybe later in his career he goes to Qatar or Saudi Arabia to collect his retirement, injury might mess him up. Look at Neymar, for example. Neymar played at the top level. Bless him, he ended so well when he was in PSG. But since he has gone to Saudi, how many matches has he played? Even he has returned back to his home country, Brazil. How many matches has he played? So Osimhen needs more of the financial part, because he's not a player that can really serve you that long because of his body type. He's a guy that is willing to do it, but his body is not accepting it. Just like Jack Wilshere. If you can name players that are so good potentially, but injury ended their career early. Eden Hazard, for example, Kaká. So some players are good, but injuries that they couldn't control ended their long-term ambitions.